Toumai. Millions of years ago, humans and chimpanzees shared a common ancestor. As their paths split, Toumai, also known as Sahelanthropus chidensis, emerged 7 million years ago in what is now Chad, Africa. This small creature stood about 4 feet tall and weighed around 100 pounds, similar in size to a large dog. Its small skull, no bigger than a chimpanzee's, holds remarkable clues. The position where the spine meets the skull suggests it walked upright on 2 legs, a groundbreaking trait at the time. This ability helped it move between forests and open grasslands, giving it an edge in survival. Living in a world of changing landscapes, Toumai had to adapt quickly. Its small canine teeth, unlike the large fangs of apes, hint that it may have relied on scavenging or foraging, rather than dominance or aggression. The fossils were discovered in the Jurab Desert, an area that was once lush with vegetation. This find reshaped our understanding of early human ancestors, revealing how far back upright walking began. Lucy. Lucy is one of the most famous fossils ever discovered, a nearly complete skeleton found in East Africa. She belongs to a species called Australopithecus afarensis, which lived around 3.9 to 2.9 million years ago. While the scientific name is tricky, we often use Lucy to make it simpler. Standing between 3.5 and 5 feet tall and weighing 60 to 110 pounds, Lucy and her species were small but incredibly adaptable. Their long arms and curved fingers suggest they climbed trees for safety or food, while their pelvis and leg bones show they also walked upright. This unique combination of traits helped them survive in open grasslands and scattered woodlands. With a brain about 1/3 the size of modern humans, Australopithecus afarensis didn't craft tools like later ancestors. However, fossilized footprints in Laetoli, Tanzania, reveal they lived in groups. These tracks show adults walking side by side with smaller individuals, likely younger members. Their diet included fruits, nuts, seeds, roots, tubers, and leaves. In tough times, they may have scavenged meat or eaten hardy plants, making them adaptable to changing seasons and environments. Think you're quick? Only 3% of people can count the stone axes in this image and hit like in just 5 seconds. Ready? Let's go! Done? Tell us in the comments if you made it. Mrs. Ples, discovered in 1947 in South Africa, Mrs. Ples is one of the most iconic fossils of early human ancestors. She belonged to Australopithecus africanus, a species that lived 3.3 to 2.1 million years ago in the changing landscapes of southern Africa. Standing about 4 to 4.5 feet tall and weighing 60 to 90 pounds, Mrs. Ples had a unique set of adaptations. Fossilized teeth reveal that during dry seasons, Mrs. Ples relied on grinding tough seeds or chewing fibrous plants, actions well suited to her strong jaws and molars. In rainy months, she likely plucked fruits and tender shoots, using her hands to forage from low-hanging branches. These dietary strategies highlight how Australopithecus africanus used their physical traits to exploit seasonal resources and stay nourished year-round. Her strong arms and curved fingers helped her climb trees to find food or escape predators, while her lower body allowed her to explore savannas in search of new resources. This ability to switch between habitats made her incredibly versatile. Handyman. Known as Handyman, Homo habilis lived in Africa between 2.4 and 1.4 million years ago, marking the start of the genus Homo. Standing between 3.5 and 4.5 feet tall and weighing around 70 pounds, Handyman combined the physical traits of earlier ancestors with a growing intelligence that set them apart. Their groundbreaking achievement was creating tools. They struck stones together to produce sharp edges for cutting meat or scraping hides. Wooden sticks were used as digging tools to unearth roots and tubers. One key innovation was breaking open bones to access nutrient-rich marrow, allowing them to unlock new food sources. These tools were simple but revolutionary, paving the way for human ingenuity. Evidence shows that Handyman carried tools to new locations, demonstrating foresight and an understanding of their surroundings. This wasn't just survival, it was a step toward planning and resourcefulness. Physically, Handyman had long arms for climbing trees, but also nimble hands capable of gripping and shaping tools. This combination of traits made them pioneers, bridging the gap between ape-like ancestors and the humans we recognize today. Upright Man. Known as Upright Man, Homo erectus lived from about 1.9 million to 110,000 years ago. Standing 5 to 6 feet tall and weighing 100 to 150 pounds, they were strong and built for endurance. Their long legs allowed them to travel vast distances, making them the first human ancestors to migrate out of Africa. Over time, they spread into Asia and Europe, adapting to environments far beyond the tropics. Fire marked a turning point for Homo erectus. They used it for cooking, which made tough foods easier to digest and unlocked more energy. Fire also provided warmth and protection from predators, enabling survival in colder climates. These advantages allowed upright man to settle in regions as varied as the grassy plains of Europe and the forests of Southeast Asia. Their tools were another breakthrough. Durable hand axes crafted with precision were used to butcher animals, cut wood, and prepare materials for shelter. These innovations weren't just practical. They gave Homo erectus the means to transform their surroundings and thrive in unfamiliar landscapes. Mauer man. Known as Mauer man after a jawbone was unearthed in Germany, Homo heidelbergensis lived from about 700,000 to 200,000 years ago. Standing between 5.5 and 6 feet tall and weighing 130 to 180 pounds, they had broad shoulders and dense bones. Mauer man was a master hunter. Fossil evidence of butchered mammoths and rhinos shows they used sharpened wooden spears to take down enormous prey. These hunts weren't random. Animals were driven into traps or ambushed in coordinated groups. This level of teamwork marked a groundbreaking leap in human evolution, enabling them to secure food for survival through long, harsh winters. What truly set Mauer man apart was their ingenuity in building shelters. Using large branches, stones, and animal hides, they constructed sturdy, dome-like structures that withstood wind and cold. These homes were not only safe havens but also communal spaces for sharing food and tools, fostering cooperation within their groups. With a brain about 90% the size of ours, Mauer man likely communicated with a form of primitive language, using gestures, sounds, and simple words to plan hunts and divide tasks. Idaltu people. Known as Idaltu people, Homo sapiens Idaltu lived in East Africa around 160,000 years ago. Their name, meaning elder in the Afar language, highlights their role as one of the earliest members of our species. Standing 5 to 6 feet tall and weighing 120 to 160 pounds, they were physically similar to modern humans but had slightly larger brow ridges. Their tools were highly specialized. Stone-tipped weapons allowed them to hunt large animals like antelope, while scraping tools were used to process hides for clothing or shelter. Evidence suggests they also crafted tools for digging and carving, adapting to different tasks in their environment. What sets them apart is evidence of symbolic behavior. Fossilized skulls found in Ethiopia appear to have been deliberately arranged, possibly as part of ritual practices. These signs of early symbolic thought provide a rare glimpse into the origins of human culture. Modern humans. Chimpanzees and Neanderthals weren't our ancestors. They were evolutionary side branches. Homo sapiens, appearing in Africa around 300,000 years ago, followed a unique path. What set them apart was symbolic thought. Early humans created cave paintings, carved tools, and used language to share knowledge and strengthen communities. Unlike their evolutionary cousins, Homo sapiens spread across the globe, adapting to every environment they encountered. Their creativity and cooperation laid the foundation for the civilizations we know today. This video took dozens of hours to create, and if you enjoyed it, you'll love the next one even more. Click now to keep exploring and support the channel.